So I want to show you the different color palettes and palette wheels inside of Procreate. There's 3 of them. This first one is the disc. You can change the color by going around like this, and then you can change like the saturation here. If you use 2 fingers to pinch zoom, you can make this bigger so it's a little bit easier to select the colors. And you can pinch zoom it back to make it small again. If you double tap like this, it's going to pick pure white, and if you double tap in the blacker area, it's going to pick a pure black. So that's kind of handy. This is my favorite color picker. I just like to have a little bit more control inside of this window right here. I can change the hue by sliding around, the saturation by bringing it up and down, the black and white levels right there, or I can just move it around myself inside of that canvas. The value picker, this is for those of you who might be working on like a branded project where you have to use specific exact colors. You can use the hexadecimal code. You can change it using hue, saturation, and black values. You can also choose your RGB values to get exactly the color that you need. It's very, very handy for when you need the color to match exactly from your computer to your iPad. So Procreate comes with a bunch of standard palettes. So you can choose any of the ones that they come with, but you can also create your own. I create a lot of palettes, and I tend to use a lot of the similar palettes so that my art kind of has a consistent look. You can choose a new palette by hitting set default, and then when you come out here, it'll be your new palette. But you don't have to have that palette open to use that color. So I just tap on here and draw, and then I have that color, and I open it up and I can choose a different color. But you can come into your palettes and just choose a color and draw on here, and it's not going to change the actual palette for you. So if you just need to grab a color from another palette, you can do that without switching the palette out, which can be kind of handy. Another useful tip, so you can use color drop, or eye drop. If you hold your finger down on the canvas, it will pick up the color that you are touching and bring it up. So, maybe I want to get rid of some of that moon, or maybe I want to add to some of that moon. I'm just grabbing those colors. If you need to switch back and forth between your colors really fast, if you hold the color icon right there, it's going to automatically grab the color you were using before. So now I'm back to the gray, and if I hold it again, now I'm back to the yellow. Now you can also do screenshots of websites or color palettes that you think are absolutely beautiful and you want to use in your own work. For example, I'm going to open a website. So this is Jules Nally. She is a friend of mine. She has the most beautiful, fun art. And that's her. She's such a joy. And I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to take a screenshot of those carrots. So I'm going to hold the power button here and the home button here, and I'm going to press them at the same time. And it's going to ka-ching, take a snapshot. So I'm going to swipe that to get it out of the way, and I'm going to go back into Procreate, and I'm going to hit the tool icon here, and I'm going to insert a photo. And I'm going to go into moments, and I'm going to choose my screenshot that I just took. I'm going to zoom it up so it's a little bit easier to grab, and I'll put it on top of those planets. And so I can zoom in here, and then I can create my own custom palette. So I'll hit the plus icon to add a palette, and it's automatically default. And I'll come out here, and I'm just going to eyedropper the color. So I'm going to start with the darkest color, and then I'm going to grab the next darkest orange, and then I'm going to grab the lightest orange, and I'm just tapping them to add them there. You can also grab them and kind of move them around. It's a little bit tricky to do. So if you grab it, you should be able to move it around like that. I like to kind of go from like dark to light or light to dark to be consistent. But that is how you can make your own custom palette.